Hey, what's up, K-Casters? I decided that while I'm at work today, I'm going to do a solo stream about the Astro concert. Well, not a stream. A solo podcast about the Astro concert. So, as a lot of you guys know who follow me, last night I met up with Janelle and my friend James, and we went to go see Astro in Newark, New Jersey. And it was an amazing show, which I expect nothing less. It didn't necessarily deter the boys that it wasn't a sold out show, which was great because, no artist wants to realize that their show didn't sell out. No one wants that. But the boys said that our energy is what made the show more amazing. And, we made a couple friends during our wait to get in. So we were all just standing around talking. It was fun. So, as those of you who know, I do not live anywhere near Newark. Neither does James. So we both had to take Greyhound from our respective locations to the venue, which is a long bus ride. It's roughly 2 hours for me. A little bit, no. Yeah, about 2 hours. It was longer for James, because he had certain things that had to be taken care of. But it's whatever. We got there. We decided, since we got there early with the intent of finding the venue before the show, because it was a venue we didn't know. We knew Newark because of KCON, so we had a vague idea of where we were going, but we didn't 100% know where we were going. So we do that. We go get food. Then we meet up with other Astro fans and talk, which this is what I love. We were all basically discussing multi-fandom life because there was not a single solo stand there. Or at least not to my knowledge. No one I talked to was a straight solo stand. We actually, for the first hour, we buddied up with a teenager and her mother. And we were all just talking about what we liked about different groups and stuff like that. So that was fun. Then we met Justine and Anna, who we found out we're actually probably going to see again in the next 2 months. I exchanged Twitters with them. They're going to Stray Kids as well. And that was fun. They looked at me and James, because I went out for a cigarette. And they looked at us and went, "So do you guys drink?" And I was like, I do. James said he did. And so we stood outside for a half hour with these girls, just drinking soju and getting ready for the rudeness that we know is coming with this show. And so let's fast forward because I'm rambling at this point. I'm at work. That's why this is happening, for those watching the video. We get in, we get our seats. Now, when you look at a map of the venues, you know you're in a decent seat, but you don't know what the view is going to be like. You don't know if there's a person 6'2" in front of you or not. Luckily, that was not the case for James and I, and we had very good seats. James got us very good seats. We were, I want to say, no more than 10 rows from the front. So we had a clear view of everything. I had a clear view of a girl's light stick, which when you guys, all my fan cams are up on YouTube at this point. All the ones I took. There were, I think, 2 or 3 songs that I didn't record because I did not assume they were going to do all of my favorites. Granted, that being said, there's not an Astro song that I dislike. But you still got that one song that's automatically your favorite. And, so they start, and I didn't think they were going to start with the one song that can make every Astro fan cry, which was Rise Up. or Always You, my bad. I always get the album confused with the title track, and that's a problem, and it's a problem I need to fix with my life. So James leans over and he goes, "It's always you." I'm like, I know, I can hear, shut up. And I mean, it was a good way to start the show, but like, really, you couldn't have picked a happier song to start with? Regardless. So that song goes really well. I forgot how amazing the choreography for that is. Then it went into Again? No, Again wasn't next. What was after that? It might have been Again. Hold on. I'm going to pause this. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to have to stitch this together. So I was mistaken. It was after Always You, they decided to go into Crazy Sexy Cool. Why Astro decided to go from one of the most... don't get me wrong, I love Always You. It was the first... it was the unofficial comeback that we had after talks of Astro disbandment. And it was heartbreaking. So to read those lyrics and know what the song means to the boys and what it means to us as fans, why the hell would you go from that to Crazy Sexy Cool? I don't know. I believe I blanked out slightly at this part because the boys were wearing Prince Charming style outfits. And yeah, just look up fan cam. 1 second. But yeah, if you look at my fan cams, I have the videos up. I don't think I did too much during Crazy Sexy Cool because I was used to it at that point. Because the last time I saw Astro, Crazy Sexy Cool had been, I think, their latest song to come out. Yeah. So I was used to that one. I say that very separately. And then, you know, there was like talking in between. I didn't record the talking this time. I did with the first time I saw Astro. Because at this point, I'm making it my goal in life to see Astro every time they're on the West Coast, East Coast. I'm not on the West Coast. Why did I say that? So the song they did after that was Real Love, which I'm not gonna lie, I forgot it was a song. Because I didn't listen to Astro on my way there. I cleared all the music off my phone. So I was relatively quiet during that fan cam. In general, I was quiet during that number. Dream Night came on after that, and that's when pretty much James witnessed me have like my first slight breakdown, because Dream Night is my favorite Astro song. That song is like my hype song. So I was really happy that they did that one live. It was nice to see the choreography that went with it. Oh, that was the one thing I remember during Real Love. What they did was they literally sang the chorus 3 times, but in each 3 different sections, so that they were in front of us all at one point singing "This Is Real Love," and it's like, okay, y'all are cute. So then, like I said, it was Dream Night. Moonwalk, again, I forgot was a song. I'm in the back of my head. Bear in mind, I was also a little tipsy at this point. I'm like, are they doing a cover song? Why would they do that? This is literally their concert. And then I went, oh wait, they had a song Moonwalk as well, because Astro's, no, Moonwalk wasn't on that album, but I'm a 17 fan as well. We know this. They have a song called Moonwalker. So I remember when I would go hit shuffle on my phone, it would be like back to back for some reason, because my phone likes to kill me. And I would always get confused. After Moonwalk, they went into Again. Now at this point, they had already had a costume change. So were no longer in the extremely princely costumes. No, now they were in straight out just white suits. And it's like, why? Why would you do this to us? we'll blame the stylist on that one. And they looked really good. It was actually, I believe at that point, in between Moonwalk and Again, I don't remember how much of a gap there was between. I don't think there was much of one. No, between Again and then the next song. Moonbin decided he was too hot. So he was going to take off his jacket. Whenever it gets hot, you're under stage lights. I know the feeling. I know that feeling very well. I need Moonbin to stop going to the gym. Because he was extremely defined for his age. In the fan cam, or not even yelling in the fan cam. I wasn't recording that at that point. But I yelled, I thank God it was loud in there because everyone was screaming as soon as he took his jacket off. Because I yelled, I need you to put that back on. Yeah. So after Again, they did Confession. And it's funny, you can tell that a lot of artists know what songs they can just let their fans sing and which ones that they can lead them in singing. Confession, they started it. By the time it got to the second chorus, they were like, nah, you guys got this. Go ahead, have fun. So we were all singing it. Fan chants went out the window. We all forgot the fan chants. So that was actually a lot of fun. After that, they did Love Wheel, which I was low-key hoping they would do, because I do enjoy that song. I don't remember too much about that point. After that, they did I'll Be There, which again, I was in shock that they performed it. Because I always thought that would be a song they wouldn't do at a show. And they surprised me. I don't know if they sat down and collectively talked about the set list, or if they just said to, like, the concert people, you pick what we're going to do, or what. I don't know how they do it. I don't know. So, I'll Be There was really good, because I love it. This is probably the shortest, this next song is the shortest fan cam I took, because my phone started running out of memory. And I was trying to, like, get it to work with me and switch over to my internal storage at this point. So it is the shortest fan cam, but in the very beginning you hear me yell, "Oh my God, shut up." And I zoom in because they were all wearing animal ears, and it wasn't until they turned around that I went, "Oh my God, they're wearing tails." They decided to make Merry-Go-Round. Merry-Go-Round's a very cutesy song. It reminds me of, like, their seasonal albums. I refuse to call them by their names. It's not that I refuse. I know it's Spring Up, Autumn Story, Summer something, Winter Dreams. Summer Vibes and Winter Dreams. I knew it. I know they're called that, but I don't call them by their names. I call them Astro seasonal albums. And so that's when the first time I heard Merry-Go-Round, that's what it reminded me of. And it was probably the choreo is probably some of the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Because it was more of them just having fun. And they decided to wear their animal ears. Turns out these are what they think their spirit animals are. I kind of got that vibe when they started doing it, because Jinjin was wearing puppy ears and Moonbin was wearing cat ears. We've been new. So, let's see. In the order that they were standing, Sana was a rabbit. But it was really cute. He didn't say rabbit, he said wabbit. Then they were they're like, isn't there another word, an easier word than rabbit in English? And literally half of Astro and the rest of the crowd went, bunny! So he was a very cute little bunny. Then it was MJ. And I was looking at MJ, I'm like, it's weird because it looks like a foxtail, but it actually kind of also looks like a raccoon. I don't know what you're doing with your life. So when they asked him what his animal was, he said he was a desert fox. That's not how it sounded when he said it. When he went to say it in his cute little broken English. And with him, I can say it's cute broken English because he's by bias and he's adorable. But it sounded like desert. Enter bad word here. It was cute, and Jin Jin was like, you might want to watch how we pronounce that. And that's when I caught. That was what he had said, and I went, ooh. Next was Unu. And we're all kind of looking at Unu because we can't exactly figure out what the hell's on his head. Or I'm pretty sure, I guess the people who were up front were able to see what it was. Those of us who were further back were like, what you doing, boo-boo? So, turns out he was a deer. And they were like, do you think that animal suits him? Okay. So yeah, they asked Uno us, if we thought that animal was right for Uno. And a lot of people said yeah, because he's very deer-like in quality. It's cute. But somebody in the front chimed in that he was more like a swan. And they giggled at that. Then Moonbin was next, I think, sorry. And Moonbin had the cat ears on. Now, since I first became an Astro fan, I'm pretty sure for as long as all Astro fans can remember, Moonbin has been the pup cat. That here looks like both. And they were like, it's funny, they're going, cat, no, not cat, there's another word for cat. And then he went, kitty. And this whole point is literally, it's just, ooh, central. Like, we're all just kind of cooing at them. And they're getting a kick out of it. It's whatever, it's their job, to do stuff like this. So after Moonbin, it was Rocky. And again, Rocky, we're looking at him, we're looking at what he's got on his head, and we're like, okay, what are you? And he just goes, wolf. And we're like, first I'm going, dog. You're a dog? No, that's too long to be a dog. It's too weird to be a dog's tail. Turns out this little baby was trying to say wolf. But, you know, for the most of us who have a basic grasp of the Korean language, we know that a lot. I'm going to pause it. Quick change of location, I'm sorry. For those of you who don't know, I work, overnight at a convenience store, so I'm stuck inside all night. It drives me nuts. But, so back to what I was saying. For those of us who have the basic grasp of the Korean language, we know that in Korean, the symbol can mean L or R. So normally when you say words that have an L in it or an R in it, it'll make that L or R sound. This baby completely forgot L existed entirely. Didn't even try and make it an R sound, just oof. And I'm like, you're cute. You're a problem, but you're cute. So he did his thing. Jin Jin was wearing puppy ears, and then he told us he was a Labrador Retriever. Low key, I could say it. But they were trying to say, like, oh, are you another animal? They did this for the last couple members. And I want to point out to Astro, Dobby is not an animal. Because they just started saying, Dobby, Dobby. And I'm like, Dobby's a house elf. Get your shit right. Regardless. Am I forgetting anybody? Sana, MJ. No, I got them all. So that was that whole thing. And then after that, they went into Cotton Candy. Let me tell you about this song, Cotton Candy. It's a bop. Not going to deny it. I completely forgot it existed as a song. Hold on, let me go get my list. Okay, because I'm listening to it and I'm like, I know this song. I've heard this song. Why can't I remember the name of the song? When I tell you, when I was uploading these fan cams today, I even messaged James. And I'm like, dude, what was the name after the song that they did after Merry Go Round? And he went, I don't know. Like, it blanked. And then I'm sitting, I'm like, why can't I find this song? And then I remembered while I was scrolling YouTube a little bit earlier, I had seen that they had Merry Go Round and Cotton Candy in one fan cam. So I'm like, you know what? Let me check. Sure enough, it was Cotton Candy. That's how I figured out the name of the song. It is from the Winter Dream album, EP rather, which has 3 songs on it. Which is why my brain didn't register it. When it comes to Winter Dream, I just always think of Again, because that's my favorite Astro choreo. So, you know, they move on, and they took off the ears. They did the rest of it in, like, normal clothes, not anything dressy. And they just get into a formation, and I blank at this point. I'm like, I know this formation. I know a lot of Astro's choreos. I'm like, I don't like this. What is this? I'm scared. It was Baby. And they were all smiles at this point, because I think they kind of forget how many of us stayed afterwards. So after Baby, they went into Breathless. Breathless was like that second song that they're like, oh, okay, you guys take the lead. Obviously, you know the song well enough. That was really nice. After that, I had to write down all my Astro fan cams, just minus the ones that I'm talking, just so I can keep my thought process straight. Because I was standing here listening to Astro, and I'm like, you know what, let me record this podcast while it's in my head. After Breathless is when James watched me have my second breakdown, because they did hide and seek. When I first saw them do hide and seek at the fan meet in New York last year, when they did hide and seek, I started crying because I was just so proud of how far they had come. And again, I didn't cry, but when it got to hide and seek, when I tell you these boys did not sing, they sang, but they pretty much for a good portion of the song just kind of did the dance, and we all sang it. And you could see how happy they were. I have the fan cam of that, because I will never not take a fan cam of that number with Astro. Okay, so after that, they talked for a bit. So we were waiting for the translators and whatever. Uno, I love him. I love all of my boys. But I need him to stop speaking English. I mean this in the nicest way possible. Because there's certain things that don't translate correctly. Unless he meant to say this. Because he said, you're all so hot, you make me so hot. As Americans, we are pretty much dirty-minded people. It might just be me, but when you say shit like that to us, we all kind of die. Girls screamed. I'm pretty sure the girl in front of me, the 2 rows in front of me, kind of just collapsed at him saying this, and I'm like, I need you to not. I don't know if I got that one on camera or not, but the point is, they talked. Then they were like, okay, guys, we have one more song. We all know it's one song and then the encore, which I didn't expect the encore to be 3 songs long. So that's when they did All Night. And it was really interesting to watch them do that slow hoe drop in person. But we all had banners that Jino gave me the translation. I'll try and remember it later. But it was basically along the lines of, can you look at me one last time? Aroha is always looking at you. And on the back of the banner, it had the entire song for All Night, and then the fan chant was in green. So we can try and do the fan chant for the song. It didn't work. We all just sang the song or screamed. So then I have this clip on my YouTube as well, just to show, even though it wasn't a sold out venue, just how many people came out to support Astro, because all you saw was purple. And it was just a 15-second clip of us, you know, saying Astro. And then they came back out for the encore. I don't know what I thought the encore was going to be, but the fact that they opened the encore with You and Me, their thank you song to Aroha, it was perfect. It was just funny because I can't remember who was on whose back, and this is a problem right now. Sana was carrying MJ, and I think Unu was carrying Moonbin, and then Rocky and Jinjin just came up through the front. It was cute. So they sang You and Me, and then they went into By Your Side. And it's funny, when you look at my fan cam for By Your Side, I'm not where I was for the rest of the fan cams, because while they were saying their goodbyes, I ran to the bathroom because I had to go so bad. And when I came back in, they were just starting the song, so I didn't want to have I was against the wall. I didn't want to have my entire row move out and miss watching the song because I had to get back in. So I stood on the end of the aisle and I recorded it from there. And that they had the Korean lyrics up on the over screen. All of us, we tried. We tried. And then the final song they did was Call Out, which was just the one fun way to end the night with Astro. And it was nice. Then everything just kind of went by really quickly after that. They automatically started pulling us out for the high touch. And some girl was passing us by on the way down. And these words come out of her mouth, which was Rocky's first. James, being the best friend / asshole that he is, put me in front of him. And, like, he physically grabbed me by my shoulders and moved me. I was like, you dick. Cursed him out the entire way up. For those of you who do remember, during Jinnel and I doing the Thirst is Real podcast, I had a moment with Rocky during the fan meet, which was he looked me up and down and licked his lips, and I cursed. That did not happen this time. But the thing that did happen was, I forgot every English and Korean word other than hi. It wasn't even in Korean, it was just hi, 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 as I high-fived them. Because my head, this is what my head does to me. So Rocky's first, and granted, I didn't have my Astro hat on because I was boiling. That venue was so hot. But I had my hair down. I'm wearing pretty much the exact same outfit that I wore to the fan meet last year. My face has not changed. The only thing that has changed is my hair color. And you saw it in his eyes. There was that slight hint of recognition. He just didn't say anything, and I'm so grateful for that one. Then it was Sannan. He's grown up, because during the fan meet in New York, he looked at me and then his eyes dropped to the table. It was really cute. And he looked me in the eye. It was fine. Next was Unu. Unu was in the middle. That one went by no problem. Jinjin, MJ, Moonbin. All no problem. But again, can't get anything out other than hi. James was the exact same way. And we've gone to several concerts together at this point. And this is the first time we sat next to each other. And it was nice. It was nice to have that person there next to you. But it was just, they cut our wristbands, and as we're walking out, we're like, okay, we're good. We got this. In the back of my head, I'm going, I don't got this. I got to go watch these fan cams, and I had to stitch merry-go-round together, and it was just the best night I've had in a while. And now, in a couple months' time, me and James will be making this same trek. So there will be another podcast like this in 2 months' time, where I will be recapping Stray Kids. I'm not ready. Especially because they are having another comeback in a couple weeks. And, right, couple days, they're having a comeback. Regardless, not ready. Astro is the group that I can say I found relatively after their debut. I found Astro the summer after their debut. Stray Kids, however, I knew of them by the time they debuted. I hadn't heard, I'm trying to think how to word this. I had listened to all their songs that had come out at that point, but the only member I could pick out of a crowd was Felix. So the one day, me, Jinnel, and James sat down on Rabbit, just the three of us. It was a closed room, and we watched the show together that JYP did with Stray Kids, just so I can get an idea of what the fuck I was getting myself into. So in that sense, I can say I have followed Stray Kids prior to their debut. And I have heard every Stray Kids album, every Sriracha, I've heard all of it. I was not able to get High Touch for Stray Kids because when I tell you that shows, we're going to the first show. It sold out in 45 minutes. It is the exact same venue that Astro was at. It sold out in 45 minutes. I'm in P3, so at least my fan cams, they won't be as shaky because I'm going to be at a higher up level. I'll be on like the 3rd level, so I can just record and not have to really worry about anything. But I am a little upset that I didn't get P2 for that, but I'm also the kind of person, I'm 27 years old. I've lived without these idols in my life up until 3 years ago. And that's just when I found Astro and got 7, 3 years ago. I don't need to have the high touch. I just want to see them. So that's going to conclude this podcast for today. If you guys have anything you want to hear Jenna and I talk about, either solo streams, not even solo streams, we really haven't live streamed recently. I'll probably do one when I get a chance, because I work overnight shifts now, and there's no Wi-Fi in here. So what it'll probably be is we'll talk and try and figure out, maybe we'll do an Instagram live stream or whatever, or I'll do a solo stream on YouTube, because I know a lot of you guys are going to be going on spring break soon, so I can even do one in the afternoon and then take my nap before I go to work, whatever. Let me know about that down in the comment section here, or on Anchor, whichever, or my Twitter. If you do not have my Twitter, it is Aroha Army Agase. Very fucking simple. Yeah, so that's it for this, and I will see you guys next time, or you'll hear my voice, which apparently is a mom voice. I still don't hear it, but you guys do. I'm content being your mother because that means I don't have to actually pay for you guys. All right, I will see you guys next time. Bye.